Live from Nashville, Tennessee, this is Saddle Up America on the Equestrian Legacy Radio Network.
The wind's blowing colder, there's miles of fence to mend. These bones are getting older, but I saddle up again. No need for complaining about all you gotta do. You just keep on getting stronger, or it'll get the best of you. On the Yellowstone, Yellowstone, some things are worth living for, some things are worth dying for, some things are just better left alone. On the Yellowstone. I was born a rancher, learned the cowboy ways, raised up in Montana, watching cattle graze. Ain't no amount of money that could measure what it's worth, all the blood, sweat, and tears shed upon this earth. On the Yellowstone, Yellowstone, some things are worth living for, some things are worth dying for, some things are just better left alone. On the Yellowstone. Some things are worth living for, some things are worth dying for, some things are just better left alone. On the Yellowstone. Winds are blowing colder, there's miles of fence to mend. These bones are getting older, I saddle up again.
Host Gary Holt. Joining me is my beautiful wife, my co-host, Mary Kaye. Hey, darling.
Hey, babe. Thank you. You're always so kind and complimentary. It makes me feel like $1 million. So thank you.
Well, you're worth $1 million. You're worth $1 million.
Thanks.
We are celebrating 14 years of
Woohoo!
Equestrian Legacy Radio. Yeah, how about that? 14 years. Time just goes by so quickly.
I know.
Goes
That's a
by
lot
so
of
quickly.
interviews. That is a lot of interviews.
We've had so many great guests that have been on this show. And our guest today is the chairman of Backcountry Horsemen of America, Mr. Craig Ferdig. And Backcountry Horsemen of America has been with us, I think, 13 years.
Oh, wow. They've been there for almost the whole ride.
Jim McGarvey was the chairman of Backcountry Horsemen of America when we started with them, and that's been a long time ago. Long time ago. So we always are happy to talk with them. But where are you headed next, dear? You just got back from Wickenburg.
I did.
Yeah, where are you headed now?
I did. I'm very excited for the next place to tote my guitar is Lexington, Kentucky, to the horse park there. I'm performing for Road to the Horse. I'll be performing the national anthem on Friday. And then also we'll be doing some entertaining during the judging there as well. So very exciting. It's a great thing to come and watch. Even if you're not necessarily an equestrian or horse person, Road to the Horse is just fun to go and watch.
It is the World Championship of colt starting.
Yes.
And Road to the Horse was started by a friend of mine, Miss Tootie Bland, years ago. I forgot, this is like 20 years, 23 years that Road to the Horse has been taking place. And so it is a great event. And we're going to tell you more about that in just a moment. We'll come back and talk with Craig Ferdig today on Saddle Up America. We'll be right back.
The competitors are world class, the colts are legendary, and the stakes higher than ever. one legendary Pitchfork Ranch Remuda. It all comes down to Road to the Horse, the World Championship of Colt Starting. Watch the world's most skilled horsemen go head-to-head in an intense test of talent, grit, and horsemanship. Don't miss the World Championship of Colt Starting, March 19th through the 22nd, 2026 in Lexington, Kentucky. Get your tickets at roadtothehorse.com.
We were up before the sunrise, loaded up the horses, we were gone. Across La Vida Pass, through that sweet San Luis Valley, rode along. As Wolf Creek up ahead, 10,000 feet of mountain, we'll be there by noon. We're hauling Colorado horses down the winter neath the Arizona moon. Go straight on to Durango, to Four Corners, that old Ford was making ground. We stretched the horses' legs at Tito's house, watched the desert sun go down. Yeah, camp out in the Nations, and we listened to an Aaron Sisters tune. They're hauling Colorado horses down the winter neath the Arizona moon. I called the boss in Wickenburg just to let him know when we'd be rolling in. Fed the horses, fed ourselves, picked some guitar while the firelight grew dim. Then we passed the bottle around, watched the night time turn the morning way too soon. We're hauling Colorado horses just a winter neath the Arizona moon. Sing praises to these horses, they've hauled 1,000 dudes into the hills. They take us to the river where the voice of Mother Nature won't be still. Well, I ain't no big-time banker, but I know exactly what I should be doing. That's hauling Colorado horses down to winter beneath the Arizona moon. That's hauling Colorado horses down to winter beneath the Arizona moon.
Mr. Dan McCorse on Colorado Horses. Welcome back to Saddle Up America on the Equestrian Legacy Radio. Our good friend, Mr. Craig Ferdig, Backcountry Horsemen of America's chairman. Hey, Craig.
Hi, guys. Good. I'm glad to be back here. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good to see
fun
you.
to catch up.
Yeah.
So you're out in Arizona.
What's
your temperature?
Well, we've cooled off a little bit over the last couple of days. We only had a high of 65 today in northern Arizona, so we're surviving. We're surviving. You know, it's they did get into the 90s down in Phoenix, but luckily I'm not going to be down there. Something Mary Kaye, you brought up earlier. I'm actually going to be in Lexington that week of the Road to the Horse. And I didn't realize that was going on. And I'm like, I might have to change my plans.
Yes.
Just a bit. So just maybe
you would love it.
I need to get permission from a significant other, but I'll be working on that.
Do that. Or
Well,
bring
road
significant
to
other.
the horse is great. You'll have a great time. And if your significant other isn't with you, I will tell you that they have unbelievable vendors there.
Great shopping.
So you can always take her back something.
That might be worth one extra day staying there.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go. Well, we're celebrating 14 years on Equestrian Legacy Radio, and Backcountry Horseman has been with us most of that time, and we appreciate it so much. We appreciate you sharing your knowledge and sharing the information with our listeners around the world about what's going on with our trails and trail use. But you've got something that's a little bit different going on right now. I mean, it goes on, but we haven't really talked about that. And that's Hike the Hill. Tell our listening audience what Hike the Hill is about.
Yeah, it's actually a really, really fascinating event. Every year, it's an annual event. All of the trail use organizations, they all gather together, and the House of Representatives, the Senate bill, and all of the BLM, the chief of the forest, they all are aware that we're in there just to talk to them about trails. And so we all get together. Everybody, pretty much most people stay in the same hotel. I think this year and last year there was approximately 80 organizations.
Wow.
That Hike the Hill. And we just jump into DC and we try to get as many people as possible to talk to. And we try to organize and keep those partnerships that are always important. There's strength in numbers. So we work with that. You've had Randy on the show before. He's much better at that than I am. He's able to use large words, so that helps quite a bit. But yeah, it's a great event. This year, unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but our vice chair Tiff, which I hope she'll be on your show someday in the near future. She's been there, and it's just a wonderful experience. She just was speaking with me last night, and she said she just didn't realize all the partners that are out there and all the things that have to get done. And it's something that until you experience it yourself, it's hard to explain. Yeah. But it's a very important event. It helps us influence and speak our word wherever possible. And it does make a difference. We've seen changes from some of that Hike the Hill. I have to brag a little bit though. Backcountry Horsemen of America, we're 100% volunteers. Right. All these other organizations, they put together all their volunteer hours and they didn't include us. And right now, last year, our volunteer hours were about $15 million in worth for all of our volunteer hours.
Oh, wow.
And this year we're still missing 9 large states, and we're already at 9 million. So we've stepped up.
Wow. Wow.
We've really stepped up our game because the public lands, the agencies, they need our help. So we really stepped that up. And I'm bragging about us, not trying to shame anybody else, but all those other groups, they make just a little bit more than that all combined.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, one of the things that happens every year, it seems like, are these terrible fires take place. And so you've got the fires, you've got the flooding, you've got the tornadoes. We got hit with Ice-Mageddon weeks ago here in Nashville. 230,000 people without electricity, and it took them about 10 days to get everybody back on. But I forgot how many football fields full of trees and limbs that were down.
Yeah.
And even now you could drive through neighborhoods and you see huge trees that have fallen.
It was devastating.
Yeah. And, when you get into the backcountry, Percy Warner Park is a great park here in Nashville that you can go and trail ride. I mean, I've been out there and you get in a 4-hour trail ride. That's closed. That's closed.
Yeah.
There's no opening that up anytime soon. And other areas that have just been closed because of the damage from the ice and the limbs that have fallen, the trees that have fallen.
Your region is still recovering from the hurricane.
That's true.
Yeah, and we have people on the ground almost every day out there, with their saws and trying to help where they can, or if it's the wilderness with the cross saws.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of people out there, but you're still recovering, and you got that ice storm was terrible. That honestly, I'll take 5 feet of snow over an inch of ice.
Oh,
Yeah,
anytime.
so true.
Anytime. Mary Kay survived the ice storm. We were without power. We were lucky. We were without power for 2 days and a night. Temperatures were below freezing. And so the power came back on, and she and her Gone with the West girls decided to go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where they got 2 feet of snow the second day.
Snowed
They
in.
were-
Oh, it's crazy.
So
Life decisions.
yeah, life
Yes.
decisions.
But people don't realize trail, you got a trail, it really has to be maintained.
Mhm.
It doesn't just stay clear and usable forever. I mean, it's out in nature. It has to have people, boots on the ground, clearing away the trees, just making sure everything's maintained.
And it's not only about maintain, it's about safety. People don't realize, especially in your area, you've got enough trees. We aren't necessarily overly populated with trees in my area in Arizona.
Mhm.
You guys have enough trees, and sometimes the term they use, a lot of people use, is a widowmaker. And that's when a
Mhm.
tree kind of half falls down, but you have to go underneath of it.
Right.
Mhm.
That thing can collapse at any time.
Yeah.
And so we need to make sure that those areas are clear just for safety, so people can go
Yeah.
out there and not worry about it. And all they have to worry about are the giant mosquitoes in your area. Things like
Gosh, we do have mosquitoes here. I'm telling
Mhm.
you what, we do have mosquitoes and bugs.
But y'all have gnats.
not in my area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gosh,
yeah.
in southern Utah, there were certain times of the year you'd go out and call them no-see-ums.
Oh yeah.
Get up in your hairline and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
When you run through a swarm of them, not realizing it, and I've been
Mhm.
through that. Growing up in Nebraska, we had stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but one of the valuable things that Backcountry Horsemen of America has done forever is to help keep the trails all open and to help the Forest Service and other government organizations as they have to transport things from one location to another through backpacks, horse backpacking.
Yeah.
And so that is a huge part of what you guys have done in the past as well, in addition to just keeping the trails open for trail users that are out there. And today, I guess there are more hikers out there than anything else,
Mm-hmm.
and so Backcountry Horsemen America is keeping the trails open for horse use, but also for the folks that are out there with their bikes and on foot. And that's where your partnerships, I think, come in.
Exactly. We want the trails to be open for everybody to enjoy them. We excuse me, sorry about that. We do run into issues once in a while with our partners. Just the old, what's a motor? The classification of a motor for an e-bike. It's allowing a lot of people to get out further into the trails who don't necessarily have the experience. So we're always cautious with things like that. But we want those trails open. We want
Right.
everybody to be themselves. I mean, I work with a lot of city people. I'll say it that way. And when I describe or show them pictures of what it's like out in the wilderness and with the horses, they're like, they've never experienced anything like that. So for all of your people, the people that listen to your show or now watch your show, if you haven't been out into the wilderness, it's something that you do it once in your life, at least get out there. Try to take a trip up to the Bob Marshall Wilderness, somewhere there where it's truly wilderness, not just a park that's on the side, within the
Right.
city, anything like that. It can have an impact on your life. I'll just say it that way.
That's really well
changing.
said. That's well said.
Life-changing experiences that are going on out there. Craig, what are some of the biggest challenges that you see facing backcountry horsemen and trail users in 2026?
Well, everybody knows that we're going through a time where everybody's trying to be more efficient and cut backs and trying to streamline processes, and that makes it a little challenging. There's a proposal out there right now to shorten the period that it takes. So if there's a project coming up, to shorten that period to just 10 days, and that's for that could be a very large project, and as many of your listeners may know, they're out in the wilderness. Just trying to get out there and study the impact of that project is going to take a significant amount of time. You can't put together any real information. So people are going to be doing shortcuts. Those shortcuts will probably lead to further lawsuits because it wasn't examined correctly. And that's not efficient. So, we want to make sure that the system works, but it works in an efficient manner, but don't just arbitrarily say, let's do it this way, and without thinking about the repercussions of it.
Yeah.
Well said.
Right now, you mentioned the temperatures that were out in Arizona. I don't think I mentioned the temperatures here. I mentioned the ice. We're going to be hitting 80 this weekend. Close to 90 degrees here in Nashville, Tennessee. And as I'm looking out the window, I'm seeing the Bradford pear trees that are in bloom. I'm seeing the buttercups that are in bloom. And Mary Kay's got a lot of yard work ahead of her, I'm telling you. But I'm saying all of that to say this. People are now getting ready to get out and hit those trails again.
Yeah.
We've been cold, it's been snowy, it's been icy, it's been, I don't enjoy getting out and riding when it's below freezing anymore.
Yeah.
So people are now gearing up and getting ready to hit these different trails that are out there. There were a lot of the national parks campgrounds that have been closed, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yes. In fact, excuse me. The Backcountry Horseman actually has a memo of understanding with the National Park Service, but each supervisor for each national park it's theirs to control. They can accept it or not, the MOU. So sometimes we try to get involved with the local trails and get them to allow us to work on their trails and clean up some of the trailheads, clean up some of the campgrounds. And right now we're making progress. I'm hoping that with some of the newer people that have come in recently, we have some access to the trails. I'll speak just to Arizona, that I'm hopeful that with a coalition with the Arizona Trails Association, which is they manage the Arizona Trail, with us working together, we can start working on some trails and some campgrounds inside of the Grand Canyon area.
Oh, that'd be great.
Above the rim. I have to clarify that, above the rim. So
okay,
we're hopeful. Gary, you mentioned something else about people are getting out there now, but you mentioned the fire season.
Yeah.
People don't realize that there's a very small window, and because of different reasons, that window is getting smaller, that the Forest Service, the Park Service, all of these public lands agencies, that once that fire season starts, that's their number one priority.
Right.
They don't have time to help us or to give us permission to go clear a trail or to go do some work and stuff. They're focused on the fires. And that's a very small window. It's getting smaller. So that also is something of a challenge that we're trying to find ways to get around that.
Well, it's a serious situation. The fire damage is great all over the West, particularly. Although we've had fires back here in the Great Smoky Mountains and in those areas, and I can remember that Dolly Parton was a big help in helping to fund people that had lost their jobs and careers. But fires are just devastating, and they seem to be getting worse every day. Mm-hmm. And so that's something to take a look at. My wife had a really great idea. She has those quite often, I must say.
But, of course she does.
She does. She does. She had asked about some of your trail riding experiences as chairman of Backcountry Horsemen America. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and let you share some of your honest trail stories out there.
But I'm going to make sure that it's not about me. It's not always about me. So my wife doesn't like this story, but I'm going to tell a story on her.
All right. We're going to come back. We're going to talk with Craig about trail stories, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. But we'll be right back after this.
They don't call it Death Valley for nothing, and coyotes don't make a good pet. But when you're living out here with the grizz and the deer, you pretty much take what you get. Oh, the mountains have shoulders like granite. They're big and they make their own rules. So you take what you need, but you better take heed, 'cause the mountains don't tolerate fools. Oh, the West is as big and as wild and as wide as a ride on a comet that's never been tried. You may climb on her back if you do your best, 'cause she's gonna put your true grit to the test. Oh, the West boy, she ain't broke to ride. Oh, the West boy, she ain't broke to ride. Oh, the wind is the moan of the prairie. It haunts and bedevils the brains, the soul-stealing kind that will fray a man's mind till only a whimper remains. You may stand on a canyon cathedral where the water and wind never rest, and know in your bones that the meek on their own will never inherit the West. Oh, the West is as big and as wild and as wide as a ride on a comet that's never been tried. You may climb on her back if you do your best, 'cause she's gonna put your true grit to the test. Oh, the West boy, she ain't broke to ride. Oh, the West boy, she ain't broke to ride. Oh, she's wild and she's wide and she's lonesome, where the dream of first blood still survives. And she beckons to those who can bid adios to the comfort of 8 to 5 lives. So come all you brave caviars, cinch up and reach way down inside till you're feeling the heat. So take a deep seat, 'cause the West boy, she ain't broke to ride. Oh, the West is as big and as wild and as wide as a ride on a comet that's never been tried. You may climb on her back if you do your best, 'cause she's gonna put your true grit to the test. Oh, the West boy, she ain't broke to ride. Oh, the West boy, she ain't broke to ride. The West boy, she ain't broke to ride.
Well, I was kind of ready to get out and do some riding after watching that video.
No, that's Junie Fisher.
Junie Fisher.
West ain't broke to ride. It's a good one.
All right. Well, Craig, we're ready for some trail stories.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got to keep my voice down here because my wife yeah, hopefully this doesn't make your top 5. So one of the funniest things I saw, and of course it did involve my wife, was we were out. If anyone hasn't been out to Fort Robinson, That is a remarkable area. It is the fort that during the 19th century that they trained all of the cavalry horses and all of the mules, and it's truly remarkable. I think they went through 30,000 or 300,000. It was just an amazing number of equines that they trained at that location. Deep hills, steep drop-offs, things like that you wouldn't expect in Nebraska. Well, we were out on the trail, and it was, there was just a small group of us, and we got out, and it's time to cross a creek. And yes, they do have creeks in Nebraska too. And the local wild herd kind of came by just close enough to get the horses a little concerned. And I was on my solid paint, who doesn't move at all, except for when I need a private time. And my wife was on a good solid horse, but her horse just spooked a little bit, just enough for her to get forward and get the front of her bra stuck on the saddle horn.
Oh no.
So for the next 30 or 40 seconds, this horse is not worried about those other horses. It's Wyatt is his mom up there bouncing around, and he's kind of jumping up. He calmed down.
She's stuck.
He was in the creek, but he calmed down. She wasn't just stuck; she was upside down with. So after I got up from falling off my horse from laughing so hard, I was able to get in there and help lift. The only way was we had to lift her up and get her to unhook herself. Now, there is a thing called karma, though. Later that day, my very solid horse, we've been riding for a couple hours, keeping hydrated. I needed to take a little bio break, and there was a lot of people watching my horse, and I was on the other side. And he just decided to, hey, you guys should meet Craig a little closer.
That humbled you.
Yeah, there's a karma thing there.
Oh gosh.
I will say that the saddle horn and the bra thing is not an uncommon thing that happens to female equestrians. Yeah.
Really? Oh
yeah.
Wow. Well, you looked like you could relate while he was telling that story.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see it in your face. Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of our members.
It's broken many a bra strap.
Gosh. Well, one of the cool things about Backcountry Horsemen America is that they get together, they go out and help clear trails, but they also have some pretty good potlucks and picking.
Have a lot of fun
for these things. And so that's one of the things that you can look forward to if you become involved with Backcountry Horsemen America, is the fellowship with like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty special.
Each state, each chapter always has different events. We have a mission. We have a very clear mission, but we're all like-minded. We all want to be out on the trails and enjoy the work we have. Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of our members are chronologically superior, and because they can afford horses, and they can't necessarily be out there in the wilderness for 5 or 6 days, but their membership helps support us, and we got to make sure that they enjoy it. So we always have some sort of rendezvous. My local chapter, once a year, we have a 3 or 4 day event down at what's called Bumblebee Ranch in Arizona, and we take everyone out and do all sorts of trail rides, and we have a dance and different games that are played. So we try to enjoy it.
Well, that's part of the deal. So you get out and you do a good work. You're helping to keep these trails open for all trail users, but you have a good time.
Making new friends, doing something important. Yeah,
that's right. That is right. And lifelong friends that are made through an organization like Backcountry Horsemen America. So, Craig, how can we find Backcountry Horsemen of America?
So the easiest thing, if you're on the web, is I can see Craig BCHA right up there on the top there. So it's bcha.org. If you type that on the web, you'll go to our website. On the front page, I think there's one of the best videos for telling the story about being involved with the great outdoors. One of our founders is talking to it. So if just watch that video, if you scroll a little bit further down, there is an area that's a map of the U.S., and you'll see all the 31 states that we're in and all the chapters, like 250. It changes different times, and you can find the chapter that is nearest you. Or if you're going on a trip, you're listening to what I said and said, hey, you know what? I do want to go up to the Bob Marshall. I wonder if there's a chapter up there that can give me guidance on what to do. I get those types of phone calls all the time. So you can find that local contact and get in touch with them, whether you want to join or you just want to know something about the area.
Well, that's fantastic. And so be sure and visit bcha.org. You can find a local chapter. I know that here in Tennessee, there are 3 or maybe 4 that are here. So you can get involved pretty much anywhere in the country that you want to. And if you don't have a chapter that's close, start one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way to do it.
I think we're missing some over in Memphis. We need some chapters over in Memphis.
Okay. I know there are a lot back in the middle and east part of the state.
Yeah.
And so that would be a great thing to do. Well, Craig, always fun to visit with you. And that story of your wife and the bra strap will be one that I will not forget. And so
I may have to forget it here in a few minutes.
Until next time, my friend, we look forward to seeing you. Thanks so much, Craig.
Been great. Thank you guys very much for having me.
Thank you.
Bye,
This
Craig. Thank you.
next song is one called The Outside Circle. Our friend, Mr. Mike Blakely, performed that and has a little story to go along with this. Take a listen.
I'll tell you what, how about if I play the title cut off that new CD? It's called The Outside Circle, and I wrote this song with my friend Damon Rogers. And Damon grew up, his daddy broke horses for a living, and Damon, he took on the family tradition doing the same thing. He lived in Idaho for 11 years where he learned to become a buckaroo, which is quite a process. You got to throw 32 different kinds of loops to be a buckaroo, I found out. I thought there were 3. I didn't want to. But anyway, Damon told me about this term called the outside circle. And I've rounded up some cattle and things like that, but Damon's been on the big ranches, the open rein ranches, and he says when you send the riders out on roundup, everybody makes a circle around the country where you're gathering cattle, and somebody has got to ride that furthest circle around, the longest, roughest trail. That's called the outside circle. So these cowboys, these young cowboys, they all aspire to ride the outside circle. It's a point of honor if you get chosen. That's what the song's about. When I was a young boy, my years were barely 10, riding my first roundup with the older boys and men. The foreman sent our top hand where lesser men might fail to ride the outside circle, the longest, roughest trail. That top hand ride out on a skittish colt that day, and once on a distant ridge I saw him turning horns my way, and he pinned the herd by evening, his pony soaked with sweat. I made myself a promise that I still remember yet. One day I'd ride the outside circle, I'd make a top hand, riding through the sage so purple, round the Ocotillo stand. And I'd chouse the wildest cattle on the roughest broncos, and I'd ride the outside circle of all the brand. Turn around, Johnny. Well, I held my promise sacred, and I aimed to keep my word. I learned to throw a fast loop from the rankest in the herd. And it was 10 years later when I heard the roundup boss. He said, "You'll ride ride the outside circle, son. Go catch yourself a horse. And I rode the outside circle. I made a top hand, riding through the sage so purple, round the Ocotillo stand. And I'd chouse the wildest cattle on the roughest broncos, and I'd ride the outside circle for the brand. Let's play a verse, boys. Go ahead, Ernie. Ernie and Johnny, mighty fine boy. Ride the outside circle, be anytime. Well, these days I'm the foreman. Some say I'm getting old. It's plain my hair is silver. You can see my legs are bold. And I ride the inside circles now. But just ask my cowboy peers. They know I rode that outside circle for well nigh 30 years. Yes, I rode the outside circle. I made a top hand, riding through the sage so purple, round the Ocotillo stand. And I choused the wildest cattle on the roughest broncos, and I rode the outside circle for the brand. And in my dreams I ride the ridges, in my stirrups I still stand, and I ride the outside circle for the brand. Yeehaw! Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Equestrian Legacy Radio is made possible by our fine sponsors that you'll find on our website at equestrianlegacy.net. Those are the sponsors you'll find in the general store, where you'll find everything for the horse lover and those that love the Western and equestrian lifestyle, and our Legacy Select horse campgrounds and guest ranches for the finest riding destinations in North America. Be sure and check our Legacy Select equestrian properties, our Legacy Select equestrian horse campgrounds and guest ranches as well. Well, you can find them all on our website at equestrianlegacy.net. Darling?
Babe?
Katie, I don't think I'll ever forget the bra and the saddle horn story.
I know. I've heard that story from other women.
Have you heard that story
Yes.
before? That was brand new for me. But anyway, always great to have Backcountry Horsemen of America with us. And Craig is always fun. He's the chairman of Backcountry Horsemen. Randy Rasmussen, who is their director. And we look forward to having Randy come back next month, and share with us what's happened at Hike the Hill. We want to invite you all to join us next week for Saddle Up America. And then on Tuesdays, join us for Live from Nashville. Thursdays, it's the Campfire Cafe. And it always is a great time visiting with my wife, Mary Kaye.
Oh, thank you.
So wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining us. And we look forward to having you back next time on Saddle Up America. We're going to close the show today with a great song from Mary Kaye. It's called Some Beauty Never Ends. Thanks for joining us.
Ruby rides will shine out along the canyon rim. Memories like sunlight pour through every part of him. He remembers squeezing Minnie's hand that morning long ago, when their wagon first rolled on to the Ponsagun Plateau. Ruby ran his cattle on this sky-high open range, but the beauty of Bryce Canyon called and brought the winds of change. With smiles and handshakes, he and Minnie welcomed every guest to this wonder of the world, this cathedral of the West. And they said our love is like this canyon, shaped by wind and sand. Hard work is the price you pay for any promised land. So welcome to our canyon. We hope you'll tell your friends, 'cause this canyon will teach all of us that some beauty never ends. Ruby loved his Minnie like a fiddle loves a bow. She was his steady melody through all life's highs and lows. 2 children raised and 4 more dead and buried in the ground. Love grows deepest where the greatest heartache is found. They carried on even when fire nearly burned them out. Setback after setback, they pressed on without a doubt. Ruby's Inn reflected what their hearts were all about. Work and faith and courage, I can hear them say, and now